Before we begin, I need to ask you a question. Have you ever felt like something was wrong, but you couldn't explain exactly what it was? A strange, uncomfortable feeling, as if you had forgotten something you were supposed to remember. Something important, something that could change everything. Your heart beats faster, and you don't know why. Sarah Pereira had that feeling on the night she died, or on the night she thought she died, because the truth is more complicated than it seems. It was around 11:47 p.m. when she parked her car in front of the house. The engine made that cooling metal sound, ticking in the silence. She sat there for a few minutes, just staring at the house, the faded blue door, the dark windows, the abandoned garden. Everything looked the same, but something inside her whispered that it wasn't. She blinked, trying to remember how she got there. Got in the car, drove, or did she really drive? The way there felt erased from her memory, as if someone had torn out entire pieces of her day. It's just exhaustion, she thought. She got out of the car, walked to the door, and put the key in the lock. The door opened with a dry click. The house was completely dark. She flipped the light switch. Nothing. She flipped it again. Nothing. The air inside the house was freezing, much colder than it should be in October. She could see her breath in the air. Something was deeply wrong. She used her phone to light up the hallway. 11:47 p.m. 12 missed calls from her mother. That never happened. She tried calling back, but it wouldn't connect even with full signal. She walked down the hallway, hearing her footsteps creak on the wooden floor. But with each step, there was another, delayed, as if someone were imitating her walk. 1 second later, she froze, took another step. Creak, delayed creak. She turned quickly, lighting up behind her. Nothing, but the hallway seemed longer than before, much longer. Then she heard it. Scrape, 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 coming from the living room, like claws dragging across the floor. "Is someone there?" she called out. Silence. And then, knock, knock, knock. 3 slow knocks, coming from inside the house. Desperately, she ran to the cupboard under the stairs, opened the small door, and shined her phone inside. Dense darkness. The walls were damp, dripping something thick and dark. When she touched it, the surface pulsed, like a heartbeat inside the wall. The living room light turned on by itself, weak, trembling, as if fighting to stay lit. Sarah turned slowly. The living room was different. The furniture was in the same places, but at wrong angles. The picture frame was crooked. The table had cup marks she never made, and muddy footprints on the floor, coming from the window and stopping in the middle of the room, as if the person had simply vanished. The light flickered again, and when it came back, someone was at the window. A tall silhouette, standing outside, motionless, head tilted at an impossible angle, watching her. Sarah dialed 911, her voice trembling. The operator answered, asked for the address, asked for details. But when Sarah said 237 Acacia Street, the operator went silent. A strange silence, heavy. "How long have you lived there?" the operator asked in a different tone. Sarah didn't understand. The operator told her to lock everything and isolate herself. Sarah ran to the bathroom. In the mirror, something was wrong. Her reflection was smiling, but she wasn't. The reflection raised her hand and pointed behind her. She turned quickly. Nothing. But when she looked back, the reflection pointed at her chest. Sarah ran through the house trying to open the front door, but outside it wasn't her street anymore. It was a cemetery. Low fog, old tombstones, and the silhouette, now much closer. The phone rang upstairs. She ran and answered it. The call was still active. A deep, hoarse voice whispered, "You died, Sarah." Images exploded in her mind. Headlights, rain, the sound of impact, shattering glass, pain, darkness. She fell to her knees. The hallway began to distort, walls stretching, doors appearing, the house breathing, the silhouette walking down the hallway, dragging its fingers across the floor. Sarah ran toward the half-open door. The moonlight illuminated a fresh grave in front of her, her name, her dates, and a phrase, "Came home for the last time." She dropped to her knees. The tall figure extended her hand. It seemed to offer rest, peace. Sarah touched its hand, and everything disappeared. The world turned white, empty, peaceful. For the first time, she felt weightless, as if she had finally accepted what happened. And then, she opened her eyes. Back in her bed, gasping, covered in sweat. The bedroom was normal, the window normal, the door closed, nothing out of place. "It was just a dream," she said, breathing deeply. "Just a nightmare." She got up from the bed and walked to the kitchen for water. Pressed the light switch. The light didn't turn on. Pressed it again. Nothing. Her heart froze. She turned slowly toward the hallway. The front door was slightly open, exactly like in the dream. Her phone vibrated in her hand. The screen lit up. Incoming call, unknown number, 2347. The same duration as the nightmare call, the same message, the same feeling. And then the voice whispered on the other end, "You woke up, but I never left." If you made it this far, it means this story pulled you in. And if you want to hear what happens next, you need to subscribe right now. Because what happened to Sarah is not over, and the next part could drop at any moment. And when it does, you'll want to be the first to know. Stories like this you only find here.